Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we dive into the tangled web of deceit, ambition, and unexpected alliances that could shake the very foundations of Forrester creations. With Brooke Logan, Steffi Forrester, Carter Walton, and Daphne Rose all playing high-stakes games, who will emerge victorious, and who will see their plans come crashing down? Buckle up, because this one is going to be a roller coaster. For weeks now, Steffi Forrester has been maneuvering behind the scenes, orchestrating events to serve her own interests. But what happens when the game she so carefully crafted begins to slip out of her control? The cracks in her plan are beginning to show, and all it will take is one wrong move, one unforeseen consequence, to send everything tumbling down. Could this be the beginning of the end of her well-laid strategy? She has long believed that she holds all the power, but power is a fickle thing. The moment Carter Walton starts questioning his loyalties, the entire playing field shifts, and suddenly, Steffi may find herself scrambling to keep her house of cards from collapsing. Carter is no fool, and despite his willingness to believe in Steffi's vision, something about Daphne Rose isn't sitting right with him. From the very beginning, her arrival seemed too convenient, her interest too precise. As an experienced businessman and legal expert, Carter understands that deals rarely happen without ulterior motives, and he's starting to suspect that Daphne is no exception. Her perfume empire gives her influence, but influence only works when the target remains unaware of being manipulated. The moment Carter begins connecting the dots, Daphne's facade will start to unravel. But Daphne is not one to go down without a fight. She has spent years perfecting the art of persuasion, using charm and allure to sway decisions in her favor. She knows how to play the game, and she isn't above using every trick in the book to ensure that Carter stays exactly where she wants him. If she senses that she's losing control, she may attempt to double down, pushing Carter toward a decision before he has the chance to think too deeply about it. But there's always a risk when you push too hard, because sometimes, instead of getting what you want, you end up exposing the very truth you were trying to hide. And this is where Brooke Logan comes in. For better or worse, Brooke has a history of inserting herself into situations that don't directly concern her. She may claim to act in the best interest of those around her, but let's be honest, Brooke's primary motivation has always been self-preservation. And when she overhears Steffi and Daphne discussing their plans, she will once again be faced with a choice that could change everything. On one hand, she could stay silent, allowing Steffi's scheme to play out as planned. This might ultimately lead to Ridge Forrester reclaiming his company, something Brooke has always supported. If she does nothing, Ridge benefits, and she keeps her relationship with him intact. It would be the safe option, the one that allows her to maintain her position without making any waves. But when has Brooke ever played it safe? The alternative is much riskier. She could expose Steffi and Daphne's plot, throwing their entire plan into chaos. This would put her directly at odds with Steffi, and potentially even Ridge, depending on how things unfold. But more importantly, it would mean betraying Hope Logan yet again. Hope, who has already been burned by Brooke's choices in the past. Hope, who has struggled to trust her mother's judgment when it comes to matters of loyalty and ambition. If Brooke chooses this path, she will have to live with the knowledge that she has, once again, put her own interests above her daughter's. And let's not forget what this could mean for Carter. If Brooke decides to take a stand, it could be the very thing that forces him to break the contract with Daphne Rose. And that is no small decision. Ending a business relationship with someone as powerful as Daphne could have serious consequences, not just for Carter himself, but for Forrester Creations as a whole. Would Ridge be willing to risk it? Would Hope support it? Would Steffi allow it? And most importantly, would Carter even go through with it, knowing the kind of chaos it could create? This moment is a turning point, not just for Brooke, but for everyone involved. It is a moment of reckoning, where the choices made will determine the path forward. Will Steffi's plan succeed, or will it crumble under the weight of its own deception? Will Carter allow himself to be manipulated, or will he take a stand for what he truly believes in? Will Daphne's charm be enough to save her, or is she finally in over her head? And what of Brooke? Is this her opportunity for redemption, or is it just another chapter in a long history of self-serving decisions? One thing is for certain, nothing will ever be the same again. As the days unfold, the bold and the beautiful spoilers promise that alliances will shift, secrets will be exposed, and the fallout will be nothing short of explosive. Keep watching, because this story is far from over. Next, we delve into one of the most shocking and twisted character transformations in The Bold and the Beautiful. Luna's dark descent into madness, her murderous actions, and her shocking connection to Bill Spencer have left fans reeling. Could Bill truly believe he can redeem her? Or is he making a dangerous mistake by trying to save someone who may not want saving? Let's unravel this thrilling storyline and explore what's next. Luna's psychotic delight, a villain who enjoys the chaos. Luna's most chilling moment wasn't just her willingness to imprison Steffi, it was how much she enjoyed it. She didn't just hold Steffi captive in a cage. She placed her in a building that was scheduled for demolition. This was not an impulsive crime of passion, but a cold and calculated decision meant to terrorize her victim. What's even more disturbing is that she found amusement in Steffi's desperate pleas for her life. Actors often have to dig deep into the psyche of their characters, but for Lisa Yamada, bringing this side of Luna to life required a unique approach. Instead of playing Luna as a one-dimensional villain, Yamada sought to channel a more nuanced evil, one that relished in the suffering of others rather than simply being cruel for the sake of it. Drawing inspiration from Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight, Yamada noted that it was the element of fun and unpredictability that made Luna so terrifying. A villain who enjoys their own twisted games is far scarier than one who just scowls and broods, she explained. Her portrayal struck a balance between menacing and eerily playful, creating a villain who thrived on chaos. Becoming the killer, the moment of realization. For weeks, the mystery surrounding the murders of Tom and Hollis left fans guessing. Even the cast of The Bold and the Beautiful remained in the dark, with only the higher-ups knowing the truth about the real killer. When Yamada finally received the script revealing Luna's guilt, she was as shocked as the audience. "Oh my God, it was me this entire time," she recalled exclaiming. This revelation changed everything. Up until that point, Yamada had never considered Luna as the prime suspect. There were too many other possibilities, making it easy to believe that Luna was merely another victim of the show's endless deceptions. But once she learned the truth, she embraced the challenge. "If I get to be the murderer, then I'm going to go full out," she said, fully leaning into Luna's newfound darkness. Redefining villainy, avoiding Sheila Carter comparisons. One of the biggest hurdles Yamada faced was making Luna's villainous turn stand out in a show that has seen its fair share of legendary antagonists, most notably, Sheila Carter. Sheila has long been the Bold and the Beautiful's ultimate villain, a character whose every action is laced with both danger and unpredictability. Yamada understood that drawing comparisons to Sheila was inevitable, but wanted to bring her own unique flavor to the role. "I wanted to pay homage to Sheila's legacy, but I also wanted to bring something fresh," she explained. Luna's evil wasn't about revenge or desperation, it was about power and entertainment. She didn't want to mimic Sheila's unhinged nature, but instead create a villain whose psychotic joy was the source of her menace. This decision to highlight Luna's enjoyment of destruction made her even more unsettling to watch. A cold-blooded killer or a master manipulator? Now that Luna has been exposed, many of the show's characters, especially Steffi and her allies, are grappling with the horrifying reality of what she has done. The murder of Tom and Hollis was shocking enough, but Luna's attempted murder of Steffi has positioned her as one of the most dangerous characters in recent B&B history. And yet, there's an even more disturbing twist to this already sinister saga. Luna is playing the remorse card. She claims to feel guilt for what she has done, but is she truly remorseful? Or is this just another game? Many characters, including Steffi, are convinced that Luna is a psychopath, incapable of true emotion. Her supposed regret feels more like a well-crafted performance designed to manipulate those around her, particularly Bill Spencer. Bill, for reasons that remain unclear, seems determined to believe that Luna is not beyond redemption. He appears to think that by keeping her close, perhaps even taking her in, he can save her from herself. But what if he's making a grave mistake? What if Luna is simply using his sympathy as a means to regain control? Bill is no stranger to deception, but even he may not realize just how dangerous Luna truly is. The bigger mystery: why did Luna do it? While Luna's actions are undeniably evil, the lingering question remains: what drove her to commit these murders? Was it simply a thirst for power? A desire to toy with those who stood in her way? Or is there a deeper psychological trigger at play? One possibility is that Luna's crimes weren't just about inflicting pain but about proving something to herself. She may have been testing the limits of her own power, seeing how far she could push the boundaries before someone stopped her. If this is true, then Luna's supposed regret is nothing more than a calculated move in a much larger game. Another possibility is that there is still more to the story than we know. Could Luna's murderous spree have been influenced by someone else? Was she acting alone, or was there an unseen puppet master pulling the strings? Given the layers of deception The Bold and the Beautiful is known for, it wouldn't be surprising if another twist was lurking just around the corner. What happens next? With Luna now under scrutiny, her future remains uncertain. If Bill truly believes that he can rehabilitate her, he may put himself in serious danger. But Steffi isn't likely to sit back and allow Bill to make that mistake, especially after nearly losing her life at Luna's hands. Will Steffi take justice into her own hands? Will Luna face legal consequences? Or will she somehow find a way to escape punishment altogether? And what about Lisa Yamada's portrayal? Now that Luna has embraced her dark side, will she continue down this path, cementing herself as the Bold and the Beautiful's next great villain? Or will the writers craft a redemption arc that attempts to rewrite her character's fate? One thing is certain. The Bold and the Beautiful has delivered one of its most gripping and psychologically intense storylines in years. Luna's reign of terror may be coming to an end, or it may just be getting started. Next, we dive into Liam Spencer's uncertain future. Where does he go from here? Should he become a ruthless corporate raider, rekindle an old romance, or team up with his brother for an epic comeback? Let's explore what lies ahead for Liam and why it's time for him to step up and take control of his life. Liam Spencer, a lost soul in need of direction. For far too long, Liam has drifted through The Bold and the Beautiful like a man who accidentally stumbled onto the wrong soap opera set. Unlike his former days caught between Hope and Steffi in a never-ending love triangle, he now exists in a strange limbo, neither heartbroken nor triumphant, just there. His lack of purpose is almost comedic, making him feel less like a leading man and more like an aimless extra in his own life story. It's high time for Liam to make a bold move, but the question remains, what should that be? While most characters on B&B either chase power, love, or revenge, Liam seems stuck in a cycle of indecision. He is neither vengeful enough to scheme nor passionate enough to pursue anything truly meaningful. It's a shame, because, when he sets his mind to something, Liam can be a force to be reckoned with. The problem is that for years, his storyline has revolved entirely around which woman he should be with. With that chapter seemingly closed, at least for now, It's time to reimagine Liam as something more than just a romantic ping-pong ball. A Spencer Brothers renaissance, the power move no one saw coming. Remember Wyatt? Liam's half-brother, best frenemy, and fellow survivor of the exhausting Steffi/Hope saga? Their relationship was once one of the most entertaining dynamics on the show, filled with playful competition, sibling rivalry, and moments of genuine camaraderie. Unfortunately, as both characters became more entangled in romantic melodrama, their bromance was pushed to the side. But what if Liam took charge and brought Wyatt back to town for something bigger? Instead of waiting around for their father to throw them a bone, the Spencer brothers could break away from Bill's empire and create something entirely their own. Liam, with his tech-savvy mindset and strategic thinking, could team up with Wyatt's natural charisma and business acumen to launch a new media empire that makes Spencer Publications look outdated. Imagine the tension this would create within the Spencer family. Bill, who has spent years positioning himself as the ultimate power player, would suddenly be faced with his two sons forming a rival company. Would he attempt to sabotage their efforts, or would he secretly admire their ambition? This storyline would give Liam not only a purpose but also the chance to prove that he's more than just the good son who passively follows in Bill's shadow. Rekindling love with Ivy, a fresh start without the drama. Of course, business isn't the only path Liam could take. With Ivy Forrester back in town, a romantic rekindling is very much on the table. Unlike other women in Liam's past, Ivy has never treated him as a consolation prize. She doesn't come with the baggage of constantly waffling between him and another man, and let's be honest, her return brought back a refreshing dynamic to his storyline. A relationship with Ivy could provide Liam with something he's never truly had before: stability. There's no toxic love triangle, no years of emotional back and forth, just a genuine chance at a healthy relationship. And, if Liam ever wanted a fresh start, what better way to do it than with someone who actually chooses him, without any lingering feelings for another man? Not to mention, the two of them together would be undeniably charming. Their accents alone make for a ridiculously adorable pairing, but more importantly, Ivy offers something Liam has never experienced in his love life: a woman who isn't looking for an escape plan. If their rekindled romance led to marriage and even a child, Liam could finally experience something different from the endless cycle of betrayal and heartbreak he's known for years. The funniest power move ever: Liam goes corporate villain. But let's take things a step further. What if Liam finally embraced his dark side? What if, instead of being the nice guy who lets others walk all over him, he decided to seize power? With Bill Spencer preoccupied with Luna and other personal dramas, Spencer Publications is practically Liam's for the taking. It would be the ultimate plot twist if Liam suddenly developed a ruthless streak, staged a corporate coup, and took control of his father's empire. Picture this: Liam, normally as menacing as a golden retriever, suddenly appearing in sleek designer suits, smirking with newfound confidence. Maybe he trades in his usual casual wear for a leather jacket, starts talking in cryptic one-liners, and perfects an ominous chuckle. His sudden transformation into a power-hungry CEO would send shockwaves through Los Angeles. Would he be able to hold on to his newfound power, or would he crumble under the weight of his own ambition? There's also the possibility that, despite his best efforts, Liam is simply not cut out to be a ruthless businessman. Maybe his attempt at a hostile takeover ends in disaster, leaving him scrambling to clean up the mess he created. But even in failure, this storyline would be infinitely more interesting than watching Liam wander around aimlessly, waiting for another love triangle to consume him. Which path will Liam choose? Liam Spencer's future is wide open, and he finally has the chance to do something truly unexpected. Will he reunite with his brother to build a new empire? Will he rekindle his romance with Ivy and create a new life with someone who truly appreciates him? Or will he take the most shocking route of all, betraying Bill and becoming the ruthless corporate overlord no one saw coming? Or, will Liam continue to float through the bold and the beautiful with no clear direction, waiting for fate, or another woman, to decide his next move for him? At this point, anything would be better than watching him remain lost and indecisive. Liam needs a purpose. The only question is, which path will he take? No matter what happens next, one thing is certain: Liam's next move will define his place in the bold and the beautiful for years to come. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.